And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, here's Baker. McMillan hauls it in. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Evans, the motion man here. On the give, this is Irving. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 14. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the pursuit gets there to escort him out at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Another run for Williams. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. And stop made by K.J. Britt.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. He gets it out left, and it's caught. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Hockenson reels it in. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On second down, a run with Williams. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Baker now from the gun. This one finds Irving. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 31-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He's got him. That's McMillan. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Able to find Hockenson. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Going on 3rd, McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. They just get the play off. He connects downfield on 4th. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's Vikings ball as we return for the 2nd, and they've got to be thinking points here. Williams. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a 13-0 lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. Yep. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Putting a receiver in motion. Mayfield on 1st and 10. He puts some power on a deep one left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Irving on the inside give. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives this forward until they bring him down at the 38-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 38. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Give to Williams from the gun. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go.
Motion man right is Jefferson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Working quickly here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throw left side, brought in by Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Smith able to put it through. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a 1st down. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a 1st inside the red zone. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Pass it down close. Touchdown, Minnesota. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Set. What's that?
Mayfield now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 24-yard line.
Done.
Trying again following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Up. Real. What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. This gets the 1st and more. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
7-yard line.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Kings.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the left hash, this is from 47. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Ty Chandler to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number 1 objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the 2nd half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that 1st half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Intercepted. The Bucks take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. What's that?
To throw is Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Well, I think the defense coaches and coverage, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing again is Baker. Getting out to his left. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Regular. What's that?
Third and short, Mayfield. Into traffic, complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers start the second half with some needed points. Baker Mayfield, the touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers make it an 11-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 3-possession game. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Mayfield to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Have had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Escapes out to the left. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. The give for the first time to Rashad White. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, second and 9. Finds his man, it's Godwin. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Run.
Baker now from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Regular.
Working inside the red zone. Flush down out to his left. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Backed up just a bit. Here's another 2nd and goal.
Good. Point it right. Good.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Good.
Throwing, Baker. Intercepted in the end zone. Dallas Turner picks it off. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground with Williams. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
Motion man right is Jefferson. It's a jet sweep. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He lofts it deep left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Vikings.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. And that one's unsuccessful. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. So 2nd down coming up.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. So before 3rd down whistles, and yep, the timeout comes in. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Driving across the 15-yard line. Barrels in for the touchdown. The Vikings put up even more points in a win. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, it can mean a touchdown.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Completed to him. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Running right, it's Williams. And he drives it up past the 45. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one. Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. That right there might just earn him a one-way ticket to his coach's doghouse. He interfered with a fair catch, and that gives this offense a free 15-yard boost heading on the field.
Real. Kings! Hey, alert!
First down, here's Baker. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one's tipped and intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Let's go now.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's got 4 on the run. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 coming up here. Up the gut they go with Williams. And this run doesn't quite reach enemy territory. Tackled at midfield. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. They've got a man in motion. Quick pass, right side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. A run with Williams. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And they carried some of that winning football from last game into this contest. Now a modest little win streak blossoming for them, Brock. They've got 2 in a row as they get out of here with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Vikings emerge as winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know.